having a map or a plan is going to be an important part of preparing for that journey. And just like when you're climbing a mountain, you wouldn't have any expectation that you would set the goal and set off on your journey and then immediately be at the top. Of course, you would expect that that journey would take you, well, however long it would typically take. Maybe it's a 4-hour hike. Maybe it's an all-day hike. Maybe it's a multi-day hike. In any event, you're going to plan appropriately, and you're going to know that there are logical steps that you'll take that will build on each other. So maybe in the first hour, you're just really getting to the trailhead. And then from there, maybe you're climbing through the tree line. And then maybe you get to more of a rocky zone. But it all makes sense, and it's a logical progression. In the same way, you need to have a goal for your weight loss or your health-related goal, and you need to have a plan with a logical, rational map of how to get there, with an understanding that it's not going to happen right away, it's not going to happen overnight, that you'll have to follow those steps to get to the final goal. All of this seems very obvious and rather elementary, but we do forget it. And I think the next big concept that we can tie in here is the concept of perfectionism. I would like to present to you the idea that most of us are perfectionists, and perfectionism in many ways masquerades as a good guy, when in reality, perfectionism is crippling. We embrace perfectionism at the expense of embracing the journey. So I encourage you to really think about where perfectionism has stood in your way and where perfectionism interferes with your ability to enjoy the process of whatever it is that you're doing. So back to that mountain metaphor. What if we were to say you had a perfect journey to the top of the mountain? Well, it's just a ridiculous thing to say. What would that even mean? Is there a right way to climb the mountain? Everyone does it differently. But instead, we understand that that journey to the top of the mountain is about the journey. What would perfect even mean? That you were the first one there, or that you followed a straight line to the top without any detours? I mean, in that case, you might have missed some of the very best views. What if the person who got to the top of the mountain last had so many more exciting adventures than the person who got there first? So you can see this idea of perfection, when applied to the mountain metaphor, becomes obviously ridiculous, and yet we tend to aim for perfection, however we define that, in so many of the projects and goals that we set for ourselves. So let's be wary of perfectionism. Let's watch for signs that we are falling prey to perfectionism.